Hey guys, this is going to be video number 17, and this week I'd like to talk about betrayal, and more importantly, self-betrayal. And just this past week, I wound up giving my notice at my job because it was no longer serving me. I also learned after the fact that the schedule was entirely different and the workplace itself was pretty toxic. And I feel good about the decision. I feel good that I was able to look my manager in the eye, have an honest conversation, not feel shameful, not have to pretend like I no longer work there. I just stayed true to myself and I left with my head held high in dignity. And I think that's a lot of progress from how I used to be, because there were times where, I wouldn't go about it in that manner. I would just do things selfishly. And when I think of self-betrayal, I think of a spiritual component to it. It's almost like listening to that voice, right? Going with that ease. Because when I made that decision and when I had that conversation, it just flowed right out. It was truthful. It was honest. It was transparent. There was no questioning behind it. It was who I am. When we don't listen to our inner voice or how we actually feel, we go against the grain. And it just is a ripple effect of who we are and how we act. And other behaviors crop up when in reality, it all stems back to whatever that underlying issue is. I think there's a real spiritual component that lies into it, because after I made that decision, after I've had that talk, I've just had such an ease, such a spiritual clarity, purpose driven. I mean, I think it also helps the fact that I know what I want to do, and I'm going to get my SERPA and my KSAC while I work my other two part-time jobs, focus on school. I had to let something go in order for new things to open up. And not everybody sees that. Some people are like, oh, why'd you leave such a good company? None of that even matters. You could be at the best company in the world, and if the work environment is crap, then what does it even matter? How does it serve you? And I'm growing. The fact that I'm able to identify this and able to make that decision about what will serve me, what do I need, what does Matthew need? It's like that little boy who's like, hey, what about me? And I feel like self-betrayal improves when, or rather the lack of self-betrayal improves when we improve our self-esteem, when we work, when we do inner child work, and when we just trust the universe, when we have faith, finding answers in the heart, faith, when we put our belief in a power greater than ourselves. I feel that for a long time, I betrayed myself, and I went against what I truly wanted or what I truly thought was right, and it just didn't work. And I'm grateful that in recovery today, I'm able to see the opposite side, and I'm able to take the action and make the conscious choice to live a life full of integrity and be true to myself, because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. I don't lie to myself. I don't lie to others. I show up when I need to show up. If I say something, I'm going to do it. That builds a purpose-driven life, and it feels really good to live like that, not having to wait for the shoe to drop, not having to pretend like everything is okay when in reality it's not okay. It's okay to display how you feel. So I talk about this because I feel like a lot of people suffer from this. They suffer from not listening to what you know is the right choice. Instead of saying no, you wind up saying yes. You feel pressure. It's okay to feel the way that you feel, and it's okay to listen to your body and do what's right for you. And as I mentioned before, not everybody's going to see it. And truthfully, a big reason why people don't see it is because they just are not living it themselves. And if they're unhappy, then they're going to rub off on your energy. And it's important to just remember that along through the journey, we're going to bump into all these people with different energy levels, and some of them are not going to be positive. But we have a choice at that time to keep it pushing or to feed into that. It's very important to realize that, because there's been several occasions, even in the last week, where I have been tested, like seriously tested, and I just stay steadfast. I put those horse blinders on and I keep it moving, because I know at the end of the day, I have to do what I have to do, and that's all that matters. I'm very grateful for the clarity that I have today, knowing that I'm going to get my SERPA and my KSAC, and I'm going to put my focus on that. And I'm just making a promise to myself that I am not going to betray myself. If I feel a certain way, or if anything that doesn't resonate correctly with me, I'm going to address it, because I've learned over time that if I don't, it will truly affect other areas of my life.